Hey, Mrparka here to review a new one. My good buddy Tony of the Dead sent me this copy to review. It's by a new director, Michael Taylor Pritt. It is called Fun Time. It's a very low budget film. I'm used to reviewing a lot of low budget films, and it kind of reminded me of definitely a Rob Zombie inspired horror film, kind of with a survival type deal, game of death, maybe like a Saw mixed in. It actually kind of sounds a lot like Chapter 31, which it's kind of obviously a common concept, game of survival. This movie is made on a shoestring budget. A lot of the actors were also the crew and the cast, and I can dig that. It's a very ambitious film for the small cast and the small budget. Essentially, what we have here is a group of there's two invites sent out to come to this haunted house. It's a clown place, a circus type deal, haunted clown circus house thing, and if they survive the night or stay in the house X amount of time, the last one's in, they win $500,000. I don't know why they go, but they end up going, and of course they are jumped by a gang of clowns who want them to play a game of death and eliminate each other one by one. Like I said, the film has some script problems. A lot of stuff I think is kind of silly, like just small little things here and there. Like there's problems besides that, but just hey, what's that? And it's the piece of mail, and it's like piled under a bunch of stuff and is not really visible to be anything except just a typical note, stuff like that. But also the camera tends to go out of focus a lot. I feel like I'm being nitpicky on an independent movie, but I just noticed the camera goes out of focus a lot here. Almost all their close-ups or coverage seems to be that it's from a medium shot, but they'll do a lot of cropping to get close-ups and things like that. The acting and the dialogue is shaky at times. I do think that I think it's fairly shaky. I think the two lead clowns have a lot of intensity, and they seem to be having a lot of fun with it. I think that in a different film they could have turned in a good performance. I don't think their performance is horrible in here. Like I said, it's very intense and they have a lot of charisma. And the movie is very similar to something, like I said, definitely inspired by Rob Zombie's House of Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects. So when they actually come out and say some of the lines that Captain Spaulding would say, it's too nail on the head. It should be a little bit more subtle, I think. I think it's just too obvious. But I'm also one of those guys that gets irritated when normal characters wore horse shirts or something like that. I just find it corny, or characters' names or last names are Savini. Every once in a while I'll kind of enjoy it, more so old school films. But the kind of shout outs that are so obvious kind of just they irk me the wrong way. It comes across to make you remember a film that you liked better. Like I said, I wasn't a huge fan of this film. I enjoyed their ambition. I enjoyed what they tried to do. It's very bloody. Two intense performances by the leads. I'm not sure. The characters are all crazy, kind of weird. And I'm not sure if people, the victims, would actually act like that. Kind of strange. Performances all around in this film. But if you're interested in, kind of a game of survival, a game of death type deal with killer clowns, then I would check it out if you're into super low budget movies inspired by Rob Zombie style stuff. Like I said, I got to take my hat off for him because it's a very ambitious film on a budget, and pretty much all the cast and the crew were in there together. I hope they make more. It's just this one wasn't my cup of tea. I like a lot of the opening shots, and the first 10-15 minutes or so I was thinking, this seems almost like a kid movie until they see the clowns, and they just start dropping F-bombs left and right, and it kind of takes the left field and goes pretty intense. But if this is your sort of thing, then I would check it out. There'll be information below on Mrparka. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.
I got a question. You can be a million other things in the world. Why the fuck you pick clowns?
Because it's easier to trust people that make you laugh.
I see. You want the fucking story, huh?
There was really no point to any of this. We just wanted to see people do stupid shit.
You ever think that maybe we're just crazy people that like to do crazy things?
Why? Let's begin. Cross my heart, hope to die. Stick a needle in his eye. No, please! If there's somebody left after you, the game's gonna keep going on.
Alright. So,
Let's begin.
Never trust
better dig in, come guys, or you've only got 3 fucking minutes.
When I say faggot, I'm talking to them! When I say bitch, I'm talking to you! Why are you doing this to me?
Have a fun time. On your mark, set, go.